Welcome back to the lunch table, food for thought. I'm Nico Blitz. Make sure you hit that subscribe button right down there. You could find my face on YouTube. You could find us on Instagram and Twitter at the lunch table, and SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, and also Track Life Radio. Man, my next guest, she has a beautiful voice. I think I just found her on Instagram, literally like last week or 2 weeks ago. She has a song with Rex Life Raj, which is called, let me look, Never Coming Down. She goes by the name of Janel Marisse. Janelle, what's poppin', homegirl?
What's good?
Man,
Thanks
well, you came in here with these shots, so I feel like we should just take these shots right before the podcast starts.
That's the energy we doing?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Oh, my God. These weren't meant to be shots, but all right, let's do it. You
Cheers.
gonna throw it back?
Huh?
You throwing it back?
Yeah.
All right.
We on some Bay shit right now.
Yeah,
what?
we are.
Are we
Bay
sipping?
Area here. Hello.
We sipping? Cheers. Okay. For the record, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. When we're recording this. For the record.
Literally on the record.
For real, dude. Well, nice to have you though, for real.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, because like I said, I literally just found you on Instagram, and then I think you were like, let me pull up the video actually.
Uh-oh.
But you had like a dope video on, and someone is calling me right now. But you had a dope video, and I think, I don't even think the song is out right now.
Oh, I think I know what you,
Let me
a couple
see.
on them.
There's a couple, but, fuck. It was this one.
I think I know what you're talking about. This song hits me like it is.
Yo.
Shout
And I was
out
like,
44th floor.
dude, between like the beat and like the way you were just sounding, I was like, yo, like, I
Aw.
need her on the podcast.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that's not out yet. I'm actually getting ready for a project rollout.
Tight.
So I'm just like working on random music right now, but that one hit home for me. Like, it's just a happy song and like talks about where I'm at.
What's it called?
That one is called Selfish.
Okay. Why selfish?
It's just being all about yourself, like selfish, you know. I say I'm writing to the beat of my own drum. So, you know, just like kind of taking a step back and just focusing on yourself and like not worried about where you're at in your journey, and just kind of going your own direction.
You know, I'm the when I was a kid and even like in high school, maybe a little bit through college too, I was the type of person to always put like other people before myself, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, right?
Yeah.
But then once you dabble into this music industry, like you realize how much like you have to be selfish.
Yeah.
And you know, like not in a way in which I gotta push somebody else down, but in the sense of like you need to put yourself first.
Exactly. Especially in this craft, you know, like you just have to. You can't be too consumed in what other people are doing and are thinking.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what art is. Art is subjective. So you just got to be in your own lane. And throughout the journey of doing music, I've grown to learn that more and more.
So how long have you been doing music for?
Professionally recording, 5 or so years, but I took like a 2-year break in between.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What's with the break?
Man.
This is why I started have to be selfish.
You can guess. No. I was in a 4-year relationship that was pretty much toxic and like not good for my growth in terms of, you know, insecurities and like just,
I feel you. Sometimes if you're just not, well, I mean, especially if you're just not with the right partner, that person can definitely hinder your growth.
Oh, man. Absolutely. And it may even make you hate that person in a sense, in a place from like, you know, we're not fit for each other only because of my lifestyle and what I'm trying to go towards. Like they love you. They could say they love you, but they don't really support it because they can't find it in themselves to do that.
Yeah.
You know, like,
It's
I don't know if you've ever been in that situation. Like you're in this lifestyle. You know, it's easy to get jealous. You get a lot of attention. You have to network all the time. Like, for somebody that's not fit for that or, like, you know, doesn't understand that life, it's really hard, which is understood, you know. But, yeah, so that was my long break in between, which it hindered my growth. It caused me to be uninspired for a little bit. Like, yeah. But I'm here now.
You are here now. I'm happy that you are here.
Thank you.
So let's get into your backstory, Janelle. You're from the Bay Area?
Bay Area.
Where from the Bay?
I've lived everywhere, but I've learned a lot from Vallejo. for the most part.
We got a Vallejo chick in the building, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Where
Mac
you
Dre,
from?
E40. I'm from San Francisco.
Oh, type.
Born and raised, but my parents' house is in Daly City, where all the Filipinos
That's
are.
right. Where all the fog and the rice cooking be. You know.
Hell yeah! See, you already know what I'm talking about.
Of course. No, I'm Filipino too, so very in touch with the Filipino roots, and I have family in that area as well.
Yeah.
But what?
What's up?
Huh? Oh, they're in the Philippines right now.
Oh,
my God.
Shit! Why aren't you there? What
I
are you
know,
doing?
I know.
You are fucking
No, we're
up
going
right now.
next year. We go like as a family every like decade, I say.
So you've been there hella times.
Yeah, I was actually born there. A lot of people don't know that. I was actually born there, but obviously raised here. But yeah.
So then, what age did you move from the Philippines to the Bay Area?
6.
Super young.
Yeah.
And were you like
but
already?
I'm super Filipino with the way I was raised, and even like the way I eat. And
What's your favorite Filipino food?
Kare. Let me test your gangster. What's
See, I can't eat that because I'm allergic to peanuts.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
How about you, Jazz?
My Jazz in like
Okay.
Senegal. Okay.
Classic. I just made that the other day at the crib.
That's what's up.
We got a kitchen here.
Yeah.
I mean, would it be like very standard if I just said lumpia?
Yes.
What's that shit?
That's low-key ignorant. I
can't
hate when people...
Sisig. Sisig's my favorite
Okay, that's
food.
fair. That's like saying your favorite's like carne asada with Mexican food.
Nah, but then there's this spot in San Francisco, like right at the border of Daly City, San Francisco, and San Bruno. It's called 7 Mile.
7 what?
7 Mile. So then
I
it's
know
like a
it was Lucky
Filipino.
7.
No. So it's a Filipino-owned restaurant, and they serve like sisig on a hot plate. Put some lemon on it, some rice on the side, grab some beers.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
I swear to
That's
God,
fire.
it's the best
That's
meal.
fire. Ooh, that sounds hella good.
So then you grew up just like hella Filipino, basically.
Yeah, like I really like genuinely enjoy all that, like the balut and like the like all the street food, like
I can't
everything.
fuck with balut, dude.
You just gotta appreciate.
Why don't you
it.
explain to everybody what balut is? Because I'm sure we have a whole bunch of non-Filipinos
man.
listening
Hella
to
people
this
about
shit
to
right
judge
now.
me right now, but I don't care. I eat that shit.
This shit is nasty.
So balut is a duck embryo, but it's like if you're eating an egg, there's literally no difference except you kind of
You
see
see the embryo. No, because when I was in the Philippines for the first time, right, my cousins put me onto that shit. And right before I was going to eat it, he chopped it open and was like, yo, this is what you're eating. And I seen like this little gray alien-looking bird. And I'm like, hell no, I can't
really
eat
look
it,
at
bruh.
it. And then it can be like, it's crazy because my dad or our family out there, his mother owned like an egg farm. So like she was like the dawn of like the egg like for
She's
real.
the plug.
Because there's in the Philippines, there's like an egg street, there's like a pig street, or where they sell it's like really hustling type shit. And my grandma was like, she was the dawn of the block, like
That's
selling
crazy.
eggs. So my dad knows. We were just talking about this like a few weeks ago when they came down to visit from the Bay. We bought balut, and my dad was explaining like, by the 11th day, that's when the chicken cracks open, or like the chick like.
So you kind of have to eat it before the 11th day.
Yeah, so there's like a perfect. I forgot what the day exactly is, but the perfect day so that like you don't even really see the beak at all, but it's just like perfect for you. It's hard to take in, but it's so good. I don't know, with the sea salt.
I don't know, man. That's one Filipino delicacy I wish I could get into, but I just really can't.
I mean, what delicacy do you like?
I mean, I've eaten chicken feet, chicken
Do you
heart.
like it?
I love it.
Okay,
But,
cool.
But like chicken feet, it's just kind of hard. Like it's like shrimp, right? When you eat shrimp for the first time, you you have to like you have to work just to eat it.
Yeah, you gotta
so
work
it's
through
like,
the bones.
You know what I mean? Like once you get like the chicken feet, it's like you gotta eat like around the shit. And I'm like, okay, it's very meticulous, but it's really good.
Yeah, I like tendons, and it's good for people to like the tendons and such.
Oh yeah.
People are like,
dude, like when we get down at Korean barbecue, it's like beef tongue, like all the weird shit. Have you ever eaten like alligator?
I have. I go to this place called Mokotanya in the Bay. Have you heard of that?
Mm-mm.
You probably haven't been in the Bay.
In where, Vallejo?
It's in Burlingame. So it's like a Japanese charcoal grill.
Okay.
And they're very big on, they had like gizzard, liver. But it's like, the way Japanese people grill their their stuff, like the flavor is just crazy.
Yeah, it's just so different.
So
you know what the secret is? I think it's the ponzu sauce.
Some of them, yeah, but like I don't know, the way they craft their cuisine is just like they put extra work in it, and it's just so simple at the same time. You know?
Yeah.
Japanese is like my favorite food.
Well, that's why like a lot of Japanese people aren't even obese.
Yeah.
Because they literally like make all their meals to the point in which like they're not gonna get fat, but they're gonna get full enough.
Statistically, they live the longest.
Yeah.
Out of all countries, because they don't sauce their shit up like that. You know, like the sashimi is just plain fish, like, and the sauces they have, it's very light or healthy, lemons, and you know, like.
Meanwhile, Filipinos are eating pig's blood.
Okay.
And all that shit.
And then like all the good dishes is like you said, the peanut butter, like cheese, peanut butter.
Like
I mean,
shit.
they have their healthy stuff too. Like I feel like the provinces, you know, they do the veggies and the.
I've never heard of healthy Filipino food. Everything I have is like soy sauce stuff.
I know the grilled stuff, the grilled vegetables, like they do, you know, the kamayan thing.
Oh yeah,
you know,
yeah. Over banana leaves.
Yeah, at least I feel like they are big on vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's probably the healthiest way.
Yeah, probably.
I'm trying to think right now, like even hella sodium, like that's why we have hella gout.
Hella spam. My dad actually got gout.
See,
at one point.
Okay, and then I damn near got bunions.
I'm over here like, really?
I'm not even lying. I've been seeing a podiatrist and everything.
Damn, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And it all just comes down to the fact that like the stuff in like Filipino culture, it's like, yeah.
Our main palate is salty.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
But
Filipino culture, man. So
I
then
love it. It's so
at the
good.
same time, you were probably like doing hella karaoke with your family too, huh?
Not in the sense that
No.
you think it is, but they definitely, yeah. The thing is, my family in America, like we're not like super like Filipino.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
You ain't got like the crucifix like
nah.
above the kitchen counter and all.
They're pretty they're pretty Americanized, like Filipino American, and then like we have like a lot of other races in our family, like that we've taken in. That so
tight.
It's very mixed. Like when we have our holiday traditions, like Thanksgiving and Christmas, like. You know, the auntie's always gonna bring the Filipino dishes, but we have from Italian to like Mexican, like.
Yo.
So our buffet is going crazy. You feel me? Like it's the whole buzz down.
That's tight.
So it's not like we never get tired of like Filipino food like that.
Yeah, because then you get like a whole bunch of like different cultures into your Thanksgiving and like gatherings like that.
Yeah.
That's amazing, dude.
Yep. And even my mom, like. We're fortunate enough to like she's a big cook, so she always growing up like she always like cooked pasta and like other things like that. But don't get me wrong, her Filipino wrist is crazy, but like she put us on other dishes, like she would make Italian. Yoni, what else mom make? Italian, everything you could think of.
Spanish food.
Yeah.
Yo, I feel like I gotta hang out with you and your family.
Man, it's
one
good.
Time. Yo,
no,
that
for
shit
real,
sound
you
good.
down the street, like when they come, you invite it. Y'all
For sure.
invite it. You know, Filipinos love seeing Filipino faces.
Yeah, dude. You know, so do you get this, right? Like when you're out in public, right, and you're hanging around a whole bunch of Asians, the first thing, like when you're talking to them, like, oh, are you Filipino?
Yeah, absolutely.
That shit happens like 9 times out of 10.
Like, why does it matter, bro?
Yeah.
Or it happens a lot in Ubers or like things like that. Like, are you Filipino? Oh, did you grow up here? Or like, do you speak? I'm like, and I just keep it short. It's like, come on.
Well, do you speak?
I can.
Say something in what, Tagalog or Visayan?
Tagalog. Yeah.
Okay.
Which one we say?
I don't know. Fucking. How are you? Kamusta? Mabute?
You already know that. Kamusta ka? I get tongue tied. Salamat. Wait.
It's like you could check off all the basic words, basically.
No, but I really know how. It just takes me a while. Like, I used to be fluent in it, you know? Like, that was my first language, for real. But I haven't been polished in it.
It's been a minute.
I speak to my parents in English, like, but they speak to me in complete Tagalog.
Complete Tagalog?
Yeah, like, for the most part.
Yeah.
Like, especially, you know, when it's, like, a deep conversation and you know.
Shit, all I know is whenever my parents start speaking to me in Tagalog, I'm like, fuck.
It's
what
over.
did I do?
Yeah, go on your...
I don't think I did anything. What?
Filipino lectures are the worst.
Yeah? When was the last time you got lectured?
What? Every day. Not But like I'm talking about when you actually in trouble, like you know,
Yeah.
like back in like high school type, and you come home. Me and my brother would just be like, "Fuck, we're not looking forward to this." Like, but it's scary though. It's not the type of like, I can't wait to get this over. It's like shit in my pants. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. They just know how to put that fear in your heart.
I mean, were you and your brother like getting into like mad trouble when you guys were younger?
Not trouble, but maybe I was more so the troublemaker.
I mean, what were you into? What were you doing?
I was hanging around probably with like, I don't know. It's not necessarily the wrong crowd. It's just, you know, Vallejo, like, you know, we were just talking about this yesterday, Yodi. We were, I was like in a parking lot of a liquor store with like my friends, and he pull up. I got like some alcohol. This is in high school. Some alcohol and a blunt in my hand. He's like, Janel, what the fuck you doing? Like, cussing me out. I'm like, man, I'm chilling. Like, really?
Yeah.
Like, just like thought I was badass. Not badass. It's not even that. Like, I was just product of the
You're just living your best life.
Yeah. I mean, I got into some shit that wasn't, you know, I could have avoided, absolutely.
Yeah.
I definitely put my parents through some shit, so, yeah.
But, you know, Vallejo is just, like, such a different place in the Bay Area.
Yeah, they're deserted.
Yeah, hella, because isn't, like, SOBRBE from there, too? I think SOB's from there, Mac Dre's from there, E40's from there, like...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just like...
There's a lot of Bay culture that stems from Vallejo.
Oh, yeah.
Sure, absolutely, yeah.
Like, I remember, shit, have you ever heard of turf dancing?
Yeah.
Yeah, so then, like, when I used to turf back... Oh, what? You got that smirk like you know something about turfing.
We had a group, shit! And, no, if you look up Spider-Man a decade ago...
Ooh.
Oh, man.
We finna YouTube this shit
like,
right now.
Do you know, like, Chunky and, like, Turf Fiends and all that?
Yeah.
Came up with them.
Oh, fuck. Yo.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of Swaggerite? Oh, man. That hurts my heart.
This man retired before, like,
crazy.
it really got crazy, though, you know? This is 2008? Yeah.
Oh, so that's kind of like... That's when turfing was just, like...
Yeah.
In its baby steps,
exactly.
bro. But there was, like, this turf group from, like, Vallejo called BTA, About That Action. And it was, like, a group of, like, maybe, like, a shit ton of Filipinos. And it's, like...
I probably went to high school with one of them, because I know a few that
one's name's Left Side, one's name's Grim.
That's kind of fire.
Know. But, yeah,
That's
but
cool.
basically, like, you know, even just, like, comparing, because the Filipinos, let's say, over in, like, San Francisco, Daly City, we're way more just, like, yo, like, what's the next move? Yeah. Whereas the people in Vallejo were more so just like, yo, like, hella turn up and shit.
They're trendsetters, for sure. Like, you know, Vallejo, Oakland, those areas, and then it kind of just travels and branches out.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Vallejo, they're ahead and behind in many ways.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said...
They would say that's the countryside of the Bay.
Seriously? I mean, there is a lot of farmland out there. I could kind of see that.
Yeah, but not in that sense. But like I said, they're just so much in their own realm that, like, you know, it's just very boxed in. So, like, say Oakland comes up with a fashion trend, it travels there kind of later on.
Yeah.
I feel.
So then, you know, I have this conversation with a lot of people from the Bay, but, like, it's always different whenever somebody from the Bay moves from there to somewhere else, especially to LA.
Oh, man, we talk about this all the time. We all know how Bay energy is.
Yeah.
It's fire, like.
Unique, one of a kind.
Yeah, and I was just telling my bro Brett, like, whenever, is it me or, like, every time you walk into a room, like, people always just feel the Bay Area presence, or, like.
Yeah.
They always point it out, too. Like, they like, you from the Bay? Like, you know? And then they always appreciate it, which is always... It's so tight to be from the Bay, because, like, that energy is just, you know?
Well, like, you know, especially when you're in L.A., like, I had this happen to me plenty of times, but, like, I enter a room, and then I see somebody just, like, gigging, just really, like, feeling themselves.
Yeah.
And then when I talk to them, like, hey, you're from the Bay, aren't you? They're like, yeah. And I'm just like, you know, it's crazy when you can spot that out over here in L.A., because... I mean, just being around the LA crowd, everyone's kind of just like too cool.
Yeah,
like, you know,
hella cool.
But then like back home, it's like, you know, everyone's just out to have fun.
We just know how to work rooms, you know, like, and genuinely being yourself, like.
Yeah.
Room workers, right? We have
Yo,
this
because
inside
I
room
remember
workers.
room workers.
You just work the room. Like, soon as you enter, like you said, like, you just be yourself, and people notice that, and they appreciate that energy.
And honestly, is it like in a belligerent way for you, or kind of just like you just know like who to talk to, how to network, and all that?
I just literally be myself. I swear. Like, and if somebody opens up, like, they obviously get more of that energy, but I'm not going up to people like I'm really.
Yo, what's good?
I'm not.
I'm
like
Janel
that.
Marisse.
Never. No.
I'm popping.
If anything, I'm
What's
shy.
up?
Huh? What's up?
What's good?
Nah, not at all. Nah.
Hilarious. But then, so when did you decide to move from Vallejo to the Bay Area? I mean, Vallejo to... damn, that's that Jameson. And when did you decide to move from the Bay Area to LA?
To LA. Well, my team is out here. They've been out here like a few years now. My brother's in film. So it was easy. It was an easy transition. I kind of already planned on it. But yeah, the relationship thing, and I had got fired from my job, actually.
Where were you
working
at?
out there. I was working at a bank out there.
Crazy,
oh, shit. Right? Yeah. And I had got fired. So I'm like, yeah, it's time to move. And then, like, I was, like, 6 months off the relationship, finally, like, in the transition of, like, being reborn and being myself fully. So ever since I moved, it was just, like, the perfect thing to do. It didn't even feel like a transition for real, because my family or my team's been out here for so long already that, I was already back and forth a lot anyhow, but...
It seems like you had like a little bit easier of a transition because you already had people out here, and between like, getting rid of a toxic relationship and getting fired from your job, it's kind of like, it's like all the signs were just
right.
there.
God was just talking to me like, girl, get out of here. Because while I was in the relationship, like, they would push me like, when you moving, like, it's like, I will soon, And that went on for like 2 years.
Damn.
Yeah. And then, so... the journey's fun.
And then did you move out here because of music?
Absolutely, yeah. There's nothing in LA for me otherwise.
And so it's been like, what, 5 years you said?
Since doing
music, right?
Yeah, 5 years.
So what was like your first steps like after moving out here? Were you like hopping in studio sessions? Were you like networking?
I was already I already had some go-to people from the Bay. They were, like I said, not only my team. Well, yeah, my team. So from visual to studios to producers, etc. I already had people out here that I was working with originally in the Bay. So shout out DTV. So that made the transition easy too. And then my manager Brett, like, he was already tapped in terms of like the music realm, and to just place me in the right rooms and work on this project that's coming out in May.
Okay.
So yeah, that was pretty simple as well. Like, everything just kind of fell into place. And as far as like networking, all the relationships I've built for the most part have been genuinely like just across the, socials. People reach out a lot. And then when we meet in actual studios, like, the vibe has been right and all that. So,
have you ever been like intimidated being in a studio session, like walking into somebody who you like totally didn't even expect?
I haven't had that yet. No, I haven't had that yet. Fortunate. I mean, I don't know about intimidation. Maybe like it'll come to a point where like I'm nervous or more so excited, like, but I haven't been intimidated just yet.
I mean, who are you? Okay, so then who are you like excited to work with once you actually hopped in the studio?
Have you heard of Yeah Ali?
Yeah, Ali.
Yay Ali. He's pretty dope. We have a song together on my project coming out, and that was a fun session. Like, couldn't wait to get in the lab and just cook. But like, to be honest, like, I don't really go into sessions with expectations. Like, I always just come with the great vibe that I expect to have initially, and just walk in there and be ready to work.
Are you like the type of person who will like write some shit down, or do you just like kind of hum everything up until like the lyrics come to fruition?
It goes both ways. Sometimes I have a topic or like some content in my head already, but for the most part, it always does start with melodies like that. I feel like that's the best way to because the melody stems from the emotion or you're feeling with the beat, and everything goes hand in hand after that.
Yeah, then you kind of just like fill the words, like fill the blank type of shit. Yeah.
It's like a crossword puzzle.
Yeah. No, yeah, exactly. Because, I'll reference this all the time in which, like, I have people, like, pull up to the radio station and they freestyle.
Yeah.
And it's like when I know the freestyle is completely written down, it's kind of like, yo, like, I get what you're saying.
So it's funny, the definition of freestyle now, especially with, like, podcasts and things like that. Like, I feel like majority of people, unless you're like a Meek Mill or something, majority of people have their stuff written down.
Yeah.
And then it's considered freestyling because they're freestyling on a beat they wouldn't expect to, on a cadence they wouldn't expect to. So it's still in a form freestyling, but I think it's changed over time because, like there's less freestyle rappers.
Well,
nowadays.
because I feel like everyone likes to compare themselves on social media. Like, yo, like this fool had like a shit ton of dope ass bars. I need to like one up this guy, one up this guy, one up this guy. But like, I remember having like Stupid Young. If you ever heard of him, he's like from Long Beach. He came through to the studio, and I could tell he was just going off the top of the dome. Over at the radio station, really.
Okay. Oh, right. Tight.
So then like that shit was happening, and I was like, yo, like. The bars aren't like phenomenal, like they're not the most like well put together bars, but I could feel your energy and I could feel
you're
like
freestyling. I can tell, huh?
And it's just like a huge difference whenever I see artists like work off of emotion as opposed to like I wrote this shit down.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Like even that goes to say like I was thinking the other day like with singing, say put it in singing form like. To me, what's more fire is like a person's aesthetic vocally versus them having the vocal range. Like I'm a Rihanna fan before Beyonce type thing, but we all know Beyonce has the better vocal range and, more vocal training and etc. But I listen to Rihanna's music way before I would her.
That's crazy. That's a way different perspective than I've seen because even like Mariah Carey too, she can hit like all those high notes.
Yeah, she's fire, but like I her music nowadays, like the Ariana Grande's, like like mad talent, but I don't really find myself listening to their music like that.
So then, who do you listen to primarily? Let's say even for inspiration.
I really, you know what? Lately, I've been trying to like veer off, like listening to like a bunch of R&B artists. And, like, I've been liking, like, electronic and, like, alternative shit lately, You just gotta kind of have to, like, step back from your own genre and, like, gain inspiration from that because I don't want to be too inspired by other artists that are kind of in the same lane as me, But you should look up this band called Sales.
Sales?
They're so fire. It's an
alternative band?
Yeah, they're, like, an indie rock alternative, and they're like an odd couple. Like she's like a white woman and an Asian man, and they play the band together.
Yeah, that's
and
crazy.
Their music is just amazing. Like it puts me in a trance every time. And like when I'm cleaning the house, like just vibes. Like it's like feel good music to me. And then but yeah, like growing up though, like I actually never really stepped into the R&B world until like later on when I was more mature. Like because my dad was a DJ, so. He did a lot
shit.
He did a lot of EDM and like house, like, and they listened to a lot of music from the UK, like Sweden artists. Like I don't know if you ever are familiar, but like that's the type of shit I grew up on, like the 80s.
No, I could kind of see that now because when I was just going through like your Spotify, right? Like you had like R&B songs, and then you had, I think, one song that was just so dynamic and very.
Is it called More?
Yeah, More was very dynamic, and I was like, yo, like, it's kind of cool because I felt like at that moment, like, I really have you during your early stages because it's like, do you go on the R&B route or do you go on the route in which, like, it's more, like, uppity, electronic?
Yeah, right.
Are you still trying to figure that out right now?
In a sense, I guess you could say that, but like, if it was up to me, I don't want to go absolutely R&B. Like, I want to find a different. Obviously, the R&B genre now is just so like subjective.
It's so flexible.
It's so crazy.
You hear the Lil Nas X song?
Like
Old Town Road. Yeah, it's just like fucking trap country. It's like, yo, like
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And then like, for example, I'm dropping a song like tomorrow. It comes out tonight, I think.
9 o'clock.
9 p.m. You know how it goes.
Pacific
right?
Standard Time.
Right. It'd be 9 p.m. Eastern Pacific. But I remember every time I upload a song, it's like very like one way or another. It's like R&B soul. I'm like, knowing good and well, like this song.
There ain't no soul in.
I wanna show you a clip of it and then tell me if there's R&B and soul. Yo, you got my phone?
You gotta record it on the phone.
Well, no, I have the song.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's listen to that shit.
You wanna play it? The whole song?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or just parts of it.
Okay, I'll play the clip. Where is it?
It's very
Caribbean.
Shout out to J Main. It's very R&B bass.
Oh, J Main's the guy, man.
Yeah, J Main just lived down the street too.
Yeah, he do.
I just had an interview with J Main.
Tight.
Did you watch that? Oh, you didn't watch it, huh?
I didn't see it.
Fucked up.
What happened?
Fucked up.
What do you mean?
Breaking my heart. No, I'm
what's
just like.
what's your?
No. Let me watch this shit right now. Nah, but like it definitely doesn't fall under the realm of like R&B soul.
Yeah, so it's like, and then there's only a few drop downs on that on when you upload things.
Yeah.
So it's like R&B, soul, pop, hip hop, rap.
That's why it's so limiting, and it's like, you know, back in the day, you know, even like right now, like even though hip hop is like the biggest fucking genre in the world right now. What, are you trying to get more?
Yeah, there is more.
All right, let's go.
Okay, yeah.
But you know, even though hip hop is the biggest genre in the world right now, I can't help but always think that hip hop is that genre that took from other genres, right? And nowadays we see.
Wait, say the last part again?
So like hip hop, just back in the day, and even like to this day, it takes elements from several different genres.
Right.
Like it could take from fucking R&B soul. All we gotta do is speed that shit up, sample it, boom, throw some 808s on it. Yeah. It's a fucking hip hop song, right? And even nowadays, like we have songs like the Lil Nas X song where it's like Old Town Road, trap country. It's like, well, we don't necessarily have to like put it in these like subcategories within like the subcategories. Exactly. Like at the end of the day, like. It's really just about music. And like
But how do you categorize things? You know, how do you have categories in award shows and, you know?
I mean, that's the tricky part that we can never get around.
That's why they have like urban contemporary, like all that. You like, you know, this little.
But I mean, honestly, it's the same reason why we have like male hip hop artists, female hip hop artists. It's like, why do we need to keep on like making categories? Yeah. I mean, in a sense, it's kind of like to put representation and like shine light on like a couple of those things, but at the same time it's like, yo, like we don't have to do any of this. You know what's crazy? You know what I thought about the other day? Like, what if you just cancel out like what the music is, or not completely cancel it out, but take into the consideration of the aesthetic of the artist? Because like, what if how I am is the hip hop culture, and you know, what I'm singing is like R&B, right? Doesn't that fall into if the person singing it and representing it is part of the hip hop or rap culture, or like, you know, isn't that considered, you know what I mean? But you know, like I don't think there's like a clear like definition for like any of these things. Like even if you think of like hip hop, like back in the day, hip hop was what? FUBU and some jeans. Like in the Bay, hip hop to us, hyphy was like fucking white tee, blue jeans, and some Nikes. Yeah, like that was hip hop to us. But there's like no clear set, I guess, standard for like what it is. Like even if you think of country, it's like what, fucking cowboy hat and a fucking horse. Like what are you talking? What you talking about? Right. That's true. Yeah, everything's just too subjective to be put in a box. So. How do we go to this topic again? I don't know, but let's take this shot. Let me get my water. Can I step out the front? Yeah, go ahead. We all good. Oh, is that? Look at Jazz on it. Yeah, dude. like music is just like music in a sense is just a really beautiful thing. But the more we just categorize and categorize and categorize, like it just becomes like it's a stretch. It's like, bro, like why can't you just like enjoy it for what it is? Like it comes to a point in which like, cause I work for a radio station and it's just hip hop, right?
Yeah.
But we play shit like the Lil Nas X song, and we play R&B, and we play like this alternative R&B sounding shit, and I'm just like, this isn't even like, I mean, it's not hip hop. If you want to call it hip hop, then we got to go back to like the fucking golden age. Where we're talking about like some boom bap shit.
I think it just actually.
Hey, bro, you want some fucking Wu-Tang Clan and like some motherfucking A Tribe Called Quest?
Nah, that's hip hop.
That's hip hop.
But now I think pop culture is just so influenced within the hip hop culture. So I think whatever falls into the pop culture becomes hip hop. You know what I mean? Like Ariana Grande is making hip hop music now, technically. You know what I mean? Like, and yeah, so
shit. You hear people like Drake and Travis Scott all up on like Kiss FM, which is like a total pop station.
Right. Everything's just pop culture now.
Yeah. Well, let's take this.
Yeah. I told Brett, I think he drinks. I'll bring him a gift. He's like, you what? Trust me.
I'm actually surprised you didn't bring Hennessy.
I don't drink.
You
cognac.
don't? Oh my god.
You like dog water?
What kind of Filipino are you, dog? That's all we drink. I actually do love Jameson.
But Jameson, I feel like more prominent nowadays for Filipinos, for sure. What's more prominent for Filipinos, Hennessy or Jameson? All of it, right? All of the above. Hella deep boy, Douce.
Douce.
I've never seen a Douce bottle in a Filipino home.
Hell nah.
I'm weak. Yeah,
oh my God.
Shot at?
I mean, are you trying to go right now?
Come on, you trying to go or are you trying
Everybody who's just like listening to this, like, yo, I don't know what the fuck they're about to do right now, right?
No, Nico, this is a special bond for real.
No, it really is. And I appreciate you bringing that for real.
No, like the Jameson on a first meeting. Brett, wouldn't you say Jameson with me on a first meeting is a special bond?
Oh, I gotta give you a hug after this.
Absolutely.
But you know, like, I want to say it's kind of like, so you know, whenever you're invited to a house party, right?
Okay. You gotta bring something.
You always gotta bring something,
That's
dog.
a Filipino thing.
It really is a Filipino thing. Like, no matter if it's like an auntie's or like a fucking like 3-year-old cousins, I'm like, yo, like,
oh, she cracking
we
a
gotta
fresh
bring something.
one.
When did you get that, Jazz?
I'm weak.
This is gonna end up being a podcast of us just like slurring our fucking words, bro. Like.
Nah. The thing about drinking is you can't ever lose your cool. You feel me? You gotta be.
Oh man, you should.
People shouldn't even think we're drinking, aside from seeing it. But you know, this is me 24/7.
I wish I would have invited you on my birthday, dog.
When was your birthday?
So my birthday was March 14th.
Are you an Aries?
I'm a Pisces.
Pisces, okay.
Jasmine, dog.
Wait, I don't want that. I don't. Y'all, she just poured me some
Okay, hold up. Look at this. Actually, that's kind of close.
Excuse me? You talking about me? No. Oh.
We could sip this.
Jazzy wildin'.
I just came back from Coachella, so.
Oh, are you coming down still? Yes. Oh, I be on gum mode coming down.
I'm sipping this.
I ain't never went to a podcast and you said sipping this and threw it back. I can't chug here. I'm gonna sip this.
Just take your time.
Absolutely.
Take your time. Well, I'm gonna be drunk before work. Hopefully
Where are you
going? I got work at 5 at the station.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm coming with you.
I mean.
He like.
Eventually. God, I don't even know what topic we were on at this point. Fuck, dude.
Trinity. Have you heard that?
No.
It's the way to die.
Oh, my birthday. So it was my birthday, March 14th, and I'm over here spinning at my residency in Woodland Hills.
Where is it at?
It's called Joey Woodland Hills. It's like
gotta
near
come visit
Topanga
you.
Mall. Yeah, I'm there every Wednesday now.
Okay.
So, just long story short, what ended up happening was I was taking Patron shots, Hennessy shots, back to back, and then Jasmine was like
Wait,
on one of those
Patron
side tables.
and Hennessy?
Mhm.
You might as well have done Patron.
Yo, because not because my boy, like both my boys were buying me different shots, and they didn't even realize what the fuck was going on. So I go up to Jasmine at a table, and then all I remember was hugging her, and then the story goes, I just lay down on the fucking table and then just start.
Oh, no.
Like fucking everywhere,
Not
dog.
on your birthday.
It was, and this
Look,
was
actually, I wouldn't have wanted to be there.
yo, but this is at the
That's
spot where I was
unfortunate.
spinning at, and I was getting paid to fucking be there and spin. It was bad.
Did you get your monies?
I got my money. I got my money. We still good. Shout out Joey Woodland Hills, man.
Hey, shout out Joey.
So what, do you have like drunk ass nights like that?
I don't.
Oh, you're a champ.
My people would vouch for me. Like, if they had anyone to bet on for drinking, it'd be me. I just.
Why, she could really get down?
She makes you drink. She makes you.
Oh fuck.
I don't make
You
you.
better take this damn shot. Like, oh my God.
Relax.
Yo.
He's exaggerating.
Punch you in your throat.
Yo.
No, I can hold my liquor. Like, I get it from my dad.
Yeah.
We be at the house, like, not like crazy,
Yeah.
but like, you know, like, it's just in my blood too.
You know, seeing as how like your dad, I mean, you could drink with your dad,
Mhm.
and your dad's a DJ. Do you ever have like conversations with your dad about music?
Absolutely. Like, growing up, my parents were they always gravitated towards like the entertainment side, like dancing and music, you know.
Oh, wow.
And that's how I ended up gravitating to that as well. I never had like a musical training like growing up though, but I just always gravitated to music and like
Mhm.
things of that sort, dancing and all that. But in terms of talking about it as a career, that didn't come along until probably, you know, Filipinos, like traditional. They want you to do it on the side. But
Yeah.
with this career, there's no doing it on the side. You have to go 100%, you know? And it took me to book a nationwide commercial for them to, like, actually.
Whoa.
For a long time, my dad was, he would say words that kind of hurt me, like, you know, like, you're wasting your time, blah, blah, blah. And my mom, she's a little more supportive of dreams, but they always wanted me to do on the side. But 2014, I had booked a Samsung commercial. It was like the first song I ever put out. This is how I knew when I was supposed to do music.
Wow.
I put out a song called No Tomorrow, and Russell Simmons reached out to do a Samsung commercial. He had like, you know, a startup called Milk Music for Samsung. It's an app. And they chose my single to be on the commercial.
Wow.
And you know, it was big, it was huge, like, and I got a nice
crazy.
little bag off of that.
Yeah.
And my dad saw that, and he was just like, you know what, you could do this for a career. What do you like? And then over time, like, you know, over time he kind of like adjusted to it, and it's dope because my dad is so cool. Like, he grew up in music too, like being a DJ, right? So like, he'll hear a mix, or I'll play a song and show him, like, Dad, listen to this final mix I just got, and he'll just be like some technical shit where like, I think the bass needs to be like, you know, turned down a little bit. Like, he could hear, my dad knows his music, like, so it's dope to have his ear, like,
Yeah.
to be able to talk to my dad about
crazy.
that.
Yeah.
I have young parents too. They're turning 50 next year, or are they turning 50 this year? 2019? No, they're turning 49.
Oh wow, my parents are around that age too.
Oh yeah, see,
Yeah.
had us young.
Yeah.
Hmm. So yeah, they're the traditional cool parents.
Yeah.
Everyone loves my parents. Like, all my friends, like everybody in this room, they've.
So your house. So was your house probably like the place where like
Yes.
all the homies would pull up
Yes.
to? That's exactly my place.
Yes. I mean, it's still me and Keone, my brother. Like, that's our place now. But we got that, like, the host energy from our parents. Like, they always want not people around, but like, it's like we like seeing our people genuinely happy around us.
Yes.
It's like it's almost like bliss to us, and it's subconscious at times, most of the time, because it's just everyday to us now. But like, you know, we got that from our parents for sure.
Damn, you know, in a sense, I think you kind of like taught me something about myself too.
Yeah, I don't know if
Yeah,
it's a
that's just
Filipino
crazy.
thing, but we love to host.
Yeah.
We love to host.
Well, because like between like I probably have maybe 4 or 5 households back in the Bay Area. So
Yeah.
like, you know, my grandparents' place, my auntie's place, so on and so forth. But like everyone just loves going to like our place because we're just able to bring everyone
Yeah.
together. And I never really realized up until this moment, like, wow, because
Yeah.
I'm the type of person who likes to see other people happy and
Yeah.
like, you know, just seeing that like
Absolutely.
everyone likes to come to our house. It's like it's kind of the same thing.
See, we get along.
Yeah.
Pisces, I get on with Pisces. I'm a Leo.
What month is that?
August
August.
12th.
Okay.
Leos.
Damn.
Leos are fire.
Yeah. My grandpa is actually a Leo too. I think his birthday is
Aw.
like August 18th.
He's in the Bay.
Yeah, he's in the
Tight.
Bay. Yeah, he's turning
He
80
must
this
be a
year.
great man. 80?
He's turning 80.
Fire.
Yeah. Great guy. He's actually been bugging me to like go to the Philippines for his
He's
80th
like sharp
birthday.
still?
He's sharp.
Wow.
I mean, I think he went through like some health problems this year. He was supposed to come down for my birthday, but something happened with his liver. And now he's doing fine. He's actually in the Philippines right now, just like living his best life. He's going to come back
Aw.
and then we're going to celebrate back in August. So,
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what's
man.
up. August is just around the corner. I'm like, Jesus.
yeah. Well, how many times have you been back to the Philippines?
3 times?
3 times?
3 times.
Is it-
I'm so excited to go back next year because like 2 of those times I couldn't really enjoy it as an adult. So I've only been one time where I was an adult and was like pretty much drinking, you know, like, and it was cool because that was the first time I got to come out there and do some music stuff. Like I went to
Oh, wow.
the station Wave. It's like their hip hop station out there. I did an interview out there. It was cool, and they love my record Alive. Oh my god, they're still spinning it. But like it's like
Damn, that's
it's like one of those records
crazy.
where you're like, I'm kind of, you know,
You're
play
over
my
it
new
now.
shit.
Yeah, yeah. Damn,
And
that's
it's
crazy.
like more like pop.
Yeah.
Like my mom just sent me a video with my cousins, and they're still playing that song from 4 years ago.
Whoa.
I want to show you right now. It's hilarious, but it's so
Hey,
cute.
yo, at least you
Oh
got a
my
hit.
God. No, yeah, they love
You
it.
made a hit.
It's hit worthy, I feel. Like, you know, it's like jumpy. It's so funny. Oh my god. Listen to the song. It's so pop.
Yo, this is crazy.
That's Auto in the Philippines. They just clapping it like it's no tomorrow.
You got old boy gigging to this
That's
shit
my
too.
cousins.
Oh, for real?
That's my
Oh,
family.
shit. But you know, to be honest, like, because the Philippines is always so late on music. Like, I remember
Yeah.
when Michael Jackson died, right?
Yeah.
Like, they just had gotten Michael Jackson maybe like 6 months later.
Yeah.
And like, it just spreads out there a lot.
It lives for
slower.
a long time too.
Mhm.
Like they're not like this with, you know,
Yeah.
it lives for a long time. If they like something, they're going to live on it.
And because they don't have a lot of artists from out there.
Exactly.
I feel, whereas nowadays it's like, you know, there's an artist down the street. There's an artist just like
I had a
upstairs.
talk with my friend about this too. Like, I was talking about how the Latin market out here is just so like it's so big, you know. And he was like, why don't you do your people music? You know, they'll mess with you. I'm like, no, because Filipinos want to be American. They don't appreciate, you know, their artists. Their artists do covers.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So like it but I mean, that's another thing to say though, like there's no big Filipino artist out here yet, like huge, that can go to the Philippines and they'll be like so proud. But Filipinos are not going to be the first ones to catch a Filipino artist from like a Filipino American artist just because they're stuck in the realm of trying to be American.
Why do you think we're so stuck in that realm?
Because our second language first off is English. And second, like I said, the whole culture out there, the pop culture in the Philippines, try to be American. So it's like they're people striving to be American. There's no originality that they can even cope off of. So I can't be up here in America singing Tagalog songs. Who the fuck gonna sorry,
Yeah.
who's gonna listen?
I get you. I get
You know,
you.
if I'm singing Tagalog songs, they'd rather hear it from their people out there.
Mm-hmm. That's why I think the biggest, I guess,
That's a
Tagalog
downfall
song,
in a sense.
the biggest Tagalog song that ever made it big out here, or even relatively big, was probably APL from Black Eyed Peas. He had this song called Bebo.
And he's American as hell. Like, and
Yeah.
that's American. That song slapped.
Yeah.
But like, it's so American. Like, it's American style,
Yeah.
you know. And he's not even. He's like half black, half.
Is he
Filipino.
half? Oh shit! I didn't even know he
Right?
was half. I don't know.
He's Filipino.
He's Filipino for sure.
But I think he's only half.
Yeah. It's just crazy how, like, you mentioned that, because now that I think about it, like, a whole bunch of Filipinos just like making covers of shit. Like, you know, we have people like the AJ Raphaels of the world who just did covers and then attempted to make their own music,
It
and
never
then,
works
you know, it
out.
just never worked out. Bruno Mars, he's like, what, a quarter Filipino, if that?
He's a wizard.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like, he made his shit pop, but it's like nobody's
he makes
really.
original music.
Yeah.
Like, you know. Do you know how many like singing shows have tried to like book me or like try to have me audition? I'm like,
Oh no, go ahead, explain.
no, hell no, like
No.
The Voice, America's Next
Mhm.
Best Talent, like all them, like they've tried to reach out, but like I was never, you know, like I don't want to sit in your stage and sing someone else's song, like
Yeah.
you know, to me, like my artistry is more important to me than anything, like even like singing itself, like it's bigger than the singing, like my artistry, like my self-expression, you know, it's not about belting these high ass notes that I can't even really do probably.
Damn.
But you know, like self-expression in my artistry is the most important thing to me.
That's crazy.
So I like, how many people, where's Clay Aiken? No, I'm playing.
Damn. Shots.
I'm just like, no, it's not shots at
No, but
all.
for real,
These
like,
people are talented
yeah.
as hell. Like I could never do what they're doing, you feel me? But it's not the lane for me.
But you know, like, I really respect that, because some people do like going on those shows for the chance of like, I'm going to be the next so and so. I'm gonna be the next like Kelly
Yeah,
Clarkson.
it
I'm
doesn't
gonna be
work
the next like
oh,
Ruben
yeah.
Studdard. But it's like,
That's true.
you know, Kelly Clarkson, she had like her own little run, but
Yeah.
like people who really,
She's very well respected though. Those people, the thing
Yeah.
is, you're gonna be respected.
yeah,
Like,
for sure.
like talent's gonna be respected always, but it doesn't. There's a low chance of working out your own artistry in those terms.
Well, I think what comes with it too is that you're gonna be remembered as that person from American
it taints
Idol.
your image.
You know what I mean? And it's like, to escape that
Yes.
is even that much more harder than acquiring it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. Like I already know. Like, and I come from a team that where, you know, we've always done our own visuals. We've always done our own, like, you know, everything's like in house. So that's very, like, when you have that and you understand that, like, going on some nationwide TV show to sing is not the best thing
Mhm.
that could happen.
Because I feel like sometimes the nationwide TV shows.
And then you have 4 judges in front of you that I don't want the career you had. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, it's crazy to me.
Sometimes winning those like big ass shows is kind of just validation from other people.
It's messed up though. It could crush your soul for real.
But I'm getting to the point in which it's like, I think a lot of people have the idea that like self-validation is like so far away that you can't acquire it. You know what I mean?
That's crazy
Like
to
the
me.
fact that, you know, you and your team, like everyone's
Mm-hmm.
in-house. You write your own shit, produce your own shit. You got like your own videographers, your own manager, all of that. Like that's a fucking hustle.
It is, and we've been doing this, like I said, since the commercial days, which is almost 5 years ago. We've been doing the same thing. We've always been, you know, like ideas from the ground up. You know, like we've always just been doing it in-house, and everything you see I do, like there's no label behind this. There's no, you know, there's no big budget behind this. It's all from our brains and literally from nothing.
Yeah.
You know, so it makes you appreciate the creative process even more and understand it.
Mhm.
So shows like the overly produced like that, like, you know, no shade towards them, like that's a great platform for people, for the people that want to do it and maybe the lane that it's for. Like it works out for a lot of people. Like I know The Voice has one of the artists, she didn't even make it to the very finals, but she's signed and she's killing
Yeah.
it. Like, she has a record with like Diplo and like things like that.
Well, I had this one girl on this podcast over here. Her name's Kendall Page, and she was actually on the 4, and she didn't win.
Oh, that's what I meant. Not the Voice. The
Yeah,
4.
on the 4, right?
With
So
Diddy and
yeah,
Khaled.
with Diddy, Khaled, Megan Trainor
I actually
too.
appreciate that show more than the others because I think they cater more so to the artistry of the person, supposedly.
Well, the cool thing was that she ended up doing a cover of Me, Myself, and I by G-Eazy, and she sang G-Eazy's rap part, right? And so at the end of that round, Diddy was like, hey, was that part even in the song? She's like, yeah, but I just sang it.
Tight.
And to me, I was like, yo,
That's fire.
that is literally like taking the cards that you're dealt with and putting it with who you are.
Absolutely.
Like that to me is that artistry that you were talking
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. Like singing rap, a rap verse, that's fire.
about. So Janelle, this year you're gonna release your debut album
Next month.
next
Be
month.
prepared. Better.
So then, what was the what's the album called?
I
If you
haven't
can share.
dropped this gem yet, Brett. Should we drop it on him? Aw.
Damn. What's
You'll
the
hear
album
soon.
about?
It's just about my journey throughout the process, you know, like coming back into this journey of doing music again and some of the obstacles I encountered along the way from unprofessional ventures and fighting with time, catching up with time. You know, time. I feel like time is a fear that we all have, like having the fear of not being able to do everything you want to do before God wants us.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what the project's about. Just the fight with time and the struggles of an upcoming artist. It's not that deep, but like it has those elements to it.
Yeah.
And I
That's
made
what's
sure
up.
of that too for my technically freshman EP.
Any features on the EP? Yes. Yes.
Yep.
All right. Anyone from the Bay?
No.
Oh. Anyone from LA?
Yes, there's one.
All right. Singer, rapper? You know I'm gonna just
Singer.
grill this up until
Singer. Oh, he's amazing. There's no major artists, but like, man, I bet you they're both very dope artists. And if you listen to their like music, like, you know, I always make sure I obviously like their material and like just the vibes are right, you know, like, and everyone I work with, I'm a fan of. So
Okay.
I feel like you should trust my music taste.
I do trust your music. That's why you're here.
I like that. I like that.
Well, Janelle, I can't wait for the mystery EP that's going to be dropping next month with featuring artists from LA who are singers.
And another.
And another. But yeah, I'm really excited for that, to be honest. And I
Thank
think that
you.
you have like a really far career for yourself.
Thank you so much, Nico.
Janelle, where can everybody find you?
Everywhere. I'm literally everywhere. No. Janel Marisse, Janel Marisse. Marisse is 1 R, 2 S's. Is that?
No.
Janel Marisse on Instagram, Twitter, SoundCloud, your mom's
Spotify,
house.
your
No,
mom's
but-
house. All right, and then we got
Nico's
your
house.
Nico's house. This is the lunch table, food for thought. I'm Nico Blitz, Janel Marisse. We are out, everybody.
Thank you.